Now, we've been talking about infidelity in committed relationships, and in this segment, I want to talk a little bit about the emotional affair. Now, this is the way the emotional affair builds up. Now, we all know, and I'm going to talk about it from mainly from a man's perspective, and we can generalize this even for women who end up in infidious relationships. What happens is that men have a need for sexual fulfillment. They have a need to be validated and to be affirmed. When they do not get this from their spouses, they will tend to find it somewhere else. And I usually say that sometimes when you are not looking for something but you need it, it presents itself. And so they may not go out looking for it, but it will find them. So number one, if your husband or your spouse has a very high desire for sexual activity and you don't, you need to be careful, because that could lead to them feeling dissatisfied or feeling unappreciated or feeling that they are not meeting their needs, and it could lead them to an emotional affair. Number two, you want to be very careful that your spouse is not feeling deprived of your attention and of your ability to listen and to be able to affirm them. A lot of times I hear from couples who say, even when I talk to him or even when I talk to her, she is not listening. She is in another world. I don't feel them. I don't feel their presence. There is no feedback. So we want to create a connection, an intentional connection to our spouse. The other thing is boredom. If your marriage begins to feel boring, then that is a fertile ground for emotional affairs to happen. So if we have nothing to talk about, we have nothing to laugh about, we do not share time together, what will happen is that we might find ourselves seeking for those connections with other people. And this might happen mostly with when people go for office functions and they don't bring their wives, or their wives are not interested to do that. They might find somebody within their workplace who is willing to spend time with them. The other thing is demands. Sometimes our relationships have too many demands. We are constantly demanding for things, and if we are not getting appreciation, we are not getting that feeling of adequacy within our relationship. We are deprived of sex. We are deprived of fun activities within our relationship, and then there is no availability for you to be able to listen to me, and then suddenly you are demanding for certain things. That is going to again cause this person to develop, or cause your relationship to be more open to emotional affairs. And so it's important to understand that you need to take care of your relationship. You need to provide the protective cover around your relationship. The other thing is that once a person has experienced these things, then they keep leading them and guiding them to this affair, and they have already connected with someone who is appreciating them, who is comforting them, because when they share about the frustration in their marriage, they are comforted, they are given attention, they feel relief. Before they know it, they begin to feel guilty, because they keep looking forward to meeting this person, to talking to them, to spending time with them, and the guilt and shame begins to come in. And the man may feel, or even the woman may feel stuck. They may feel that they don't want to hurt the wife, and neither do they want to end the relationship. I remember one particular situation we had, and the way that the spouse who was emotionally cheating on her husband, the way that she actually talked about this affair, it sounded like, this is my anchor. This is the place where I find comfort. And it can be very hurtful for your spouse to be able to hear you describe another person in that way. And so it's important to kind of continually protect your relationship from that. So in other segments that we are going to do, we are going to talk about what are the practical ways that you can be able to make sure that you do not go through all these stages. Because the last stage, after the guilt and shame, because the guilt and shame comes in because I have accepted that I have an affair. This emotional affair is secret. I don't want my wife to know. I don't want my husband to know. And I'm not willing to leave it. Then what happens is that I begin to feel very aware that I could be caught. And I also feel that I am caught in the middle. And my wife or my spouse may ask me, what is going on between you and so and so? And I just say, no, nothing. We are just friends. But you know very well that it has gone beyond just being a friendship. And so eventually what happens is that there is a leaving that happens. The man who is in the emotional affair may leave his wife. The wife may leave the man. They may ask for a separation, or the truth may come out and they may voluntarily say, I'm going to leave for a few minutes and sort myself out, or they may agree to separate. And so that is the way these emotional affairs, they happen in a sequence like that. So you are starting with the way that I put it, and you end up with the ending or the separation within your marriage, and then you have to deal with all that. So it's important, and there may never have been any sex involved. It was more emotional, but it has created a lot of havoc to your relationship. So until I see you next time, please subscribe to our channel, leave us a comment, let us know what you need from us. We will be glad to reach out to you. Call us on that phone number on the screen and tell your friends about us, and continue to follow us on YouTube. Thank you very much, and until I see you next time, may the Lord bless you.